What's up guys, here we are then with another YouTube video on my channel, and today we have another Crew 2 video. And in this video then I'm going to be showing you the best 3 races from my opinion to get you the best money in the shortest amount of time on hypercar events. So I did this on street racing events, I think like about a month ago now, and I'll just remind you of what street races they were. They were the Strip South, Harlem West and the Accident. So if you haven't seen my street race one, then I've just in this hypercar one just showed you the street race ones, just if you wasn't that sure. But anyways, in this video it's going to be about the hypercars. Now I wanted to do this because, you know, I've been a bit inspired by it because of PvPs, because there's more street races than hypercar races in PvPs, but usually when a hypercar race comes up, people most likely vote for that one instead of the street racing ones. I don't know if it's just because hypercar ones are less common, or if just people like it, but it shows that, you know, people do like it, otherwise they just do street races all the time. But, you know, if you are wondering what are the best races to get money, it isn't just potentially the races that give you the best money, like the longer races. Some shorter races, say you kept retrying after you won the money and just kept going from there, it'd be a lot better and you get loads of better money faster than what you do on them longer ones. And that is kind of true. From what we've seen on the street races one, you could be doing that Harley Davidson Rock Run race that gives you like 67k on easy, but then you could be doing Strip South or something and just grinding that race out constantly for about an hour or something, whatever you want. But I'm gonna do one for hypercar races, so obviously you want to try and do them in a race because they give you higher amounts of money. But just bear in mind that the AI will have upgraded the cars to the max, but you've just got to have your skill, so you can actually beat them and avoid free roaming civilians in the cars, which are annoying when they spawn in front of you. But yeah, so there are a couple of tips you need before you do them to give you better money maybe, and, you know, to beat them faster, so you can maybe do some more if you're just grinding out for an hour. It's up to you, but I would recommend getting a fast hypercar. I've said all this in the street racing one, but as long as you've got it maxed out, then that's all that really matters. But I have decent hypercars. I have the Bugatti Divo, I have the Koenigsegg Agera and Rigera, and, you know, just fast cars like that. I would recommend actually getting the Koenigsegg Agera because it is it doesn't show it here. I think it's like 900 odd k, or something. I think the normal hypercar edition is in the 900s. But yeah, it is a really quick car for that kind of price, because you've got stuff like Ferrari 458, the Special, I think is dearer than this, so, and this is a lot quicker. So it's up to you what you buy, but this is just a recommendation of a car I bought, and it is really fast. As you can see, top speed 273, and that is without upgraded, although it does say 320. That's just how much I've got it upgraded to. But yeah, so I would recommend maybe doing that. It's up to you. You can also, if you're in icon level, spend icon points on rich. All you have to do is go to profile, pilot, icon points, and if you do have comfort points, just put them in rich, and also spend them on the boosts if you want to beat them in a faster time maybe. And you can also spend affix. Now, I had a bit of confusion with affix, so if you do too, I will do a video on affix, because I finally worked out how to navigate around that area of the game. So I will probably do a video explaining how affix points works. but we're just going to be doing this video for now. Also, if you know you can't beat it on Ace, you know your car's not fast enough with loot or whatever, and if you've got a friend that you know will play the game and do it for you, then just ask a friend and do it as a crew if you want to. But I think with hypercars you need to be an icon level to actually access the hypercar races. But say you're like a rookie, or like, you know, a star or popular, you're just not an icon yet, and your friend is, then it'll automatically just put you in the hypercar race anyway if your friend is like an icon level. But you'll get given the Porsche 918 Spider as a loaned car, so that's not too bad. You know, it's nothing like a Pagani Zonda F that's like the slowest and cheapest hypercar. But yeah, so there you go, and I just would recommend getting good loot. That's all the recommendations, but let's get into the races then. So again, in street racing, I'm going to do this in no particular order, but let's just go through them. It's up to you with your choice. So the first race we're going to do is Big Land. Big Land is probably the shortest hypercar race in the hypercar series. World record's done in 2 minutes 2 seconds, but if you did watch my street racing video and you know around my skill rate, I'll show you what time I did it in quickly. I did it in 2 minutes and 38 seconds in my Rigura. But I have spent affix on my Rigura and not on my Agura. But I probably will spend affix on my Agura when I do the tutorial video soon. But yeah, so it's 15,000 on normal. That's for hard. But we're going to do it on Ace, which gives you better loot and, you know, it gives you more money obviously. 22k. It's a really good amount for how quick it is. So yeah, let's get into the race now then. This is along the south area of US, I think. Well, for this game's made US. And all this race is literally, it's like a speed run. It's literally just a motorway all the way to the finish line. But all you gotta really do is just try and stay on the road and avoid the cars, because you'll have free roaming civilians all the time. There you go. Big Land. It will change the time of day on its own, because that's just what this race, some races do. Yep, this car is maxed out on loot, but no affix has been spent. Put on the big map. We're in the mountain states. A little bit more chilled this, we're just literally driving on a motorway which is mostly just straight, don't have to really do much braking. Usually I get better times when I'm in a crew with someone, because usually we just slipstream each other so you go faster. This one, I'm just on my own, just driving. Doing this video for you, but I've got literally no slipstream, so I'm just staying around 270 to 280. I think the max speed this goes is like 309 or something in slipstream. Oh. Surprised I hit the checkpoint then. Can be annoying, the NPCs, they're just everywhere. Well, we have got a good lead, so the crash hasn't stressed me out whatsoever. I've got 12, nearly 13 seconds away. 13 now yet, see we're getting a good lead in the space of a couple of 100 yards to 1,000. I'm probably not going to beat the time I did in my rigger because I just crashed then. Nowhere near, but here's the finish line. Obviously I will get more money than the event says I will get, because I've obviously spent icon points on Rich. Well, I got 24k, it was like 22k when it's on Ace when you've not spent icon points on Rich. But that is the first race of the 3. So there you go then, hope that one helps you. And now let's move on to the second one. Go to Hypercar, and this one is over here. This is called Hollywood. This one was done a little bit later, but it just gives you the same amount of money. But this one's a bit different to Big Land, because Big Land was a massive motorway. Hollywood's in the middle of a city, but there is like a little motorway, but a thin section because it's on a bridge. But yeah, if you like racing in cities, and you can tackle some sharper corners really quick, and you can get it in a good time, then this is the race for you then, because how fast you can beat it in and keep doing it with the amount of money you get. I think it's really a reasonable one out of all the hypercar races. But yeah, let's get into Hollywood. We'll use our Agura again. This one doesn't actually change the time of day, it's just what it's like. It's round here.
3, 2, 1.
Different cars as well as opponents. There is a hill down there, so be careful. And I also hate falling off bridges if I overshoot a corner as well. Now there is a ramp here. I would recommend trying to go to the right of the ramp, because you've got those yellow buildings there that really do mess you up. If you go to the left, you could land on top of one of them buildings and lose an awful amount of time. So I would recommend trying to get to the right hand side of the ramp. So I've gone over that left hand part of the ramp and just lost an awful amount of time, especially on PvPs, because this is a PvP race, and I think Big Land is as well. This is the motorway part I was on about. It's very thin. You've got fences. Just try not to hit. Can slow your car down. I just hit there, but it wasn't a massive impact. Now I've got a massive lead already. This 17 seconds away. Oops. And mind this bridge as well, there's a little bit. And the finish line is just up here. There we go. I think I finished this race quicker than I did on Big Land, but I did crash on Big Land, but they are very, very similar, as you can see by the world records. And I have, when I've always done these events, they've been pretty similar times anyway. But it's just which one you prefer. Do you like doing motorway races, or if not, try this city race? So that's that one. Let's get on to the final one, which is the one just to the right again. Wait, why are they not the ones showing? It's this one, Road to New Orleans. The world record is done a little bit later. It's a bit like bigger race, but on normal, this one's well, this race gives you better money than this one does on Ace and the one that Big Land gives you. So this is a really useful one. But then if we change the difficulty, 31,500 on Ace, and that's a lot of money for that time. I think my best time was actually my Devo, 3:57. But I haven't really done this race a lot for some reason. I think I should start grinding out money again and just doing this race, because I think this is probably one of the best ones. If you think that Big Land and Hollywood's better, I won't disagree with you. They're all pretty similar from my opinion. But let's get into Road to New Orleans. This is another one which changes the time of day.
3, 2, 1.
What it means by the name of the event is literally just taking the route that takes you to New Orleans in the game. Mini little shortcut there over the grass. Now we're getting on to a bit of a motorway here. It's a lot more easier on wider roads, so I'm not keep crashing and bumping into things. These ones here, you can just take a look. Why just give him that tree? In the final corner. I always usually hit that van. But I'm gonna go over the bridge. And the finish line is just up ahead. And that is the road to New Orleans. Obviously I've spent icon points on Rich, so I got 35k. Yeah, got an icon up. And yeah, so that is road to New Orleans. So yeah, a little bit longer than Big Land in Hollywood, but if you can give it a real good go, then you know you'll get loads of money in a short time, really, because it's, you know, it is a really good race. All of them are really good races to do. So yeah, they are the 3 races I would recommend doing. But before you know, I move on, I just want to say you may be intrigued by this one, New York, because the world record is 23 minutes 50 seconds, but what's my best time? It's half an hour. So, you know, if you can give it a go, then you could be getting loads and loads of money in the space of an hour. But if you just want to stick to doing, you know, the shorter races, if you can't be bothered doing New York, then Hollywood, Big Land and Road to New Orleans are the ones to go for, from my opinion. Comment down below if you know you have any other races at this short list that you think are better. But the only reason I didn't put New York really into this video is because, you know, I don't think you'd sit for half an hour watching me do the New York race. But I'll show you the prices if you're not on ace level. So normal it's 225k, 281 and 315 on ace. But usually if I need money and I will play the game every day, I'd usually do New York and ace once a day, if you want some good money. But if you just can't be bothered doing long races, maybe you don't have the patience or whatever, from my opinion I think Hollywood, Road to New Orleans and Big Land are the ones to go for. As well, you have got like these slightly shorter ones that are a bit long but not too long, like Detroit and Dallas. But it's up to you which ones you go for. But from my opinion, my favourites are Hollywood, Road to New Orleans and Big Land, because you can just keep doing them until you get bored with a decent amount of money in your pocket. So they are the 3 races then. So I hope you did enjoy this little tutorial. Hope it helped. So obviously if you have any other ones, comment down below. So that's it for this video then. So I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed.